Hey, Wesley with Blue Marine, here today to talk about Victron's MK3-USB interface. What is it and why do you need it? The MK3 is used to connect either your phone or laptop running VictronConnect to your VE.Bus inverter charger, like a MultiPlus or Quattro. Now historically, you might only need an MK3 for the initial commissioning of your system, and this was often completed by a trained technician. Now these days, it's much more common for the end user, like you, to keep on with your system. The MK3 comes in two different styles, the OG USB and the more modern USB-C. You want to be sure to choose one that will work with the USB port on your device. Now, let's talk through some important considerations when deciding if you actually need an MK3 with your system. Number one, do you have a VE-Bus inverter charger like the MultiPlus or Quattro? Number two, will you be charging lithium batteries either now or in the future after upgrading your battery bank? Another important factor, will you be using the internal battery monitor of your inverter charger? Are you traveling or planning on traveling to places with a different power grid? And finally, do you plan on enabling advanced features like ESS or assistance with your system? Now, if you answered yes to any of these questions, then I would absolutely recommend that you keep Victron's MK3-USB interface with your system. I'm going to jump on my laptop and show you what the connection through VictronConnect looks like, and then we'll walk through some settings that you'll want to adjust. Okay, we have opened the VictronConnect app, and I am connecting to one of our demo systems here that we have at Blue Marine. Once connected, you go ahead and hit that refresh button, and you should see the VE-Bus device retrieving data. And once there, click on it. This may take a second, which is totally normal. All right, so now we're looking at the dashboard. You can see the model number up here. And in the top right corner, you've got a gear icon. Go ahead and click on that. It says settings are disabled. Click on enable settings. Password here, ZZZ, lowercase. Click OK. Now you should have full access to the settings menu. One of the first things I always encourage people to do is right where that gear icon is, you've got 3 stacked dots or an ellipse. Click on that, down to product info. And not only will you get the model here, but you'll also see the firmware version, and it will prompt you if an update is available. Once your firmware is up to date, you can kind of run through the menu here. A couple of the big ones that you want to check under the general tab. We've actually got this set up as a 230 Euro system. So you can check the hertz here, adjust as needed. You can manually set the AC input current limit. Best to match this up to whatever you're connected to in the grid. So whether it's a 30 amp or 50 amp pedestal connection. Down a little bit further, and we're not going to touch on all of the settings, but again, just some of the critical ones that you're always going to want to hit in that initial system configuration. Enable your battery monitor if you're planning on using that internal battery monitor. Go through, set the capacity. There's some other factors here that you want to check the manual for to make sure that it's definitely configured to your system. Back down to charger. You want your charger enabled. You can adjust the charging current. We've got this dialed down for where we have it installed. And you can set the charging profile based on the battery manufacturer's recommendation. Now there are some presets down here, as well as the type of charge curve. If you have any questions, you'll definitely want to dig into the manual, make sure that you know what you're doing. This is going to be critical for your system. There's a preset for lithium batteries, absorption time, etc. There's a lot of important factors here for your charging profile specific to your system. Down here, there are some other features too. One of the cool newer features that you might want to check out, prioritize other energy sources. And you'll see the screen change here. That is something worth checking out if you're not familiar. Before we close out, a couple of additional tips for you. VictronConnect is now compatible with your Mac or MacBook. Keep in mind, iPhone still won't work, and that's a limitation that Apple puts on the USB port. Android phones will work, but I prefer the larger screen that you get when using a laptop. And you should be using VictronConnect to configure your inverter charger. The only exception that I can think of is if you need to enable those advanced features like ESS or assistance, then you'll need to use the VEConfigure app. And this might change in the future, but for now, that's what we're working with. And one final tip before we go, you can actually connect to your inverter charger through your GX device like the Servo or the Quattro, which can be handy. Like if your inverter charger is hard to get to, this will make connecting to it just a little bit easier. Thanks so much for joining us today to learn more about Victron's MK3 USB interface. If you have any more questions about this or any other Victron product, don't hesitate to reach out. We'd love to talk to you.